Hello everyone, welcome all of you to this YouTube live. Today this is Nirmala. I'm the senior counselor from Europe Studies Center's Chennai office. Thank you so much for attending all our lives, especially YouTube lives, Insta lives and all the social media activities. Thank you so much for all your love and support. So, first of all, coming to Europe Study Center. Europe Study Center is the one and only company which is operating in the industry for almost 15 years now. Because of all the trust, the love and support of the students, parents, we have been running successfully through all these years. Our motive when it comes to sending students to abroad, especially bachelor's, masters, we strictly follow sending students only to the top ranked public universities in European Schengen countries. That is, those who don't know about Europe Study Center, I'm just giving a small introduction. All right? Okay, just give me a minute. I'm going to share my presentation. All right. So I hope my presentation is visible. Is everything fine? Okay. Hope my presentation is visible for all of you. All right. So today's topic for YouTube Live is study in Europe with no or low tuition fees. How does it really work? That is what we are going to see in today's live. Okay, once again, welcome all of you. Really very happy to do this again and again. It's because of all the interest, the motivation which is given by number of students who have gone through us to different public universities, how they studied, how they succeeded in life. That is the only motive that we are doing this every week almost, I would say. All right. So today's topic is study in Europe with no or low tuition fees. How does it really work? How does Europe do this for the international students? How does this happen? That is what we are going to see today. All right. So now again about Europe Study Center. We have been in this industry for 15 long years and we are sending almost 800 to 1000 students every year. These numbers are not from all over India. This is only from our Chennai, Trichy, Coimbatore and Bangalore branch alone. And we of course do have branches all over India, the franchisees, and we are direct admissions office to 200 plus public universities. So by far we are the number one and only dedicated center for European studies. So this is a small introduction about Europe Study Center, and how we succeeded all through this is because we don't give any fake false promises to students just because we wanted to send everybody to Europe. We are very careful in shortlisting the students and also application process. When it comes to application process, we have an excellent team of people with huge experience, and we have sent almost 15 years and 2 intakes in 30 to 32 intakes we have seen. And with the huge data and the experience, we carefully spend time with each and every student who visit our office. Then we sit with them one-on-one counseling. We have an excellent team of counselors. Then we sit with them. We help them to shortlist the program based on their background, their financial requirements, and based on their preference mainly. And we only send to public universities in all these countries. This is our portfolio, I would say rather. So coming back to today's topic, many students and parents ask me, how does this happen when the other side, I mean, for example, when USA, UK, Australia, Canada, All these countries are charging a big bomb in tuition fees, and they spend lots of money in living expenses. How this happens in Europe? How does Europe makes it happen? Is it because they are giving a very low quality education? Is it because their degrees are not going to be valid elsewhere? And many students does not even know that European universities has high quality education, and the degrees what they are getting from there is accepted worldwide. And that is why we are doing this live sessions and webinars continuously to enlighten the students about European opportunities, European education, all these things we are doing. Okay, now coming back to how come they are not collecting tuition fees? Because the public universities in these universities are funded by their own government. That is the reason they don't collect tuition fees. Okay, so sometimes in many universities they also pay minimal fee. They have to pay a small administrative or semester fee, or otherwise it's called semester contribution. This is what they get to pay in most of the public universities in many countries. Not all the countries in Schengen gives this, but definitely most of the countries are giving this. And for them, education is not a business. Okay, they think education is a right, human right to each and every kid who is coming into their country. So they don't treat education as a business. That is one of the reason, that is one of the main reason they are giving all these things. And what are the students' benefit? From students' perspective, what is the benefit the student is getting? He or she is getting a European degree which is accepted worldwide, but he is not burning his pocket. It's a pocket friendly options, I would say. Okay, when compared to US, UK, Canada, Australia, the students are paying very less or no tuition fees and also affordable living expenses. To get what? High quality education. The public universities has different funding. 50% of the funding is coming from their own government, 40% of the funding is coming from the industries, and only 10% is paid by the international students. Okay, so that is the reason we are paying very less tuition fees. Not that we are paying less tuition fees because we wanted a cheaper option. It's not like that. Okay, many students come and ask me this. When the other side, when the other countries are charging such big price, and how come they are giving the price? And what is the benefit the European universities are getting? They are getting international skilled students. And why Europe is welcoming international students? This is again, a lot of people are asking, or a lot of students ask me, do we have to sign a bond because they are giving free education? Will there be any hidden, locking system? Like, we have that kind of an arrangement here in our country. If any university or institution is giving a free education or something, they write a bond. They put a bond for 1 or 2 years stating that the student has to work for them. It's not like that, okay? They need international skilled people, because when it comes to innovation and technology, Europe is the hub. We all know that, right? In any domain we take, mechanical, automobile, civil, electronics, computer science, biotechnology, biomedical, you name it, you get it. So they are the pioneers. Innovation and technology, Europe is the number one. If you see, many industries have originated from here. All the brands which we commonly use in our daily, day-to-day life is from Europe. Bata, for example, we are all thinking that Bata and all is come from India. No, Bata has come from Czech Republic. All the luxury brands which we are using, the cosmetics, the automobile we see in our roads, everything is from Europe. So technology is the backbone of Europe. That is the biggest economy for Europe. All right. And to carry forward that, they need people. Now, why they are supporting the international students? If you think really, why are they giving benefits to the international students? Rather, they can do all these benefits to their native students, right? The population is very less in Europe, all right? The existing population also, youngsters are very, very less. Senior people are more. So it's an aging population. So they need to address this, else they will find it more difficult. Lot of manpower shortage will, will boom up. That is why they are addressing this issue. Now they are ready to welcome the international students. That is the only reason. It's a win-win situation, I would say rather. Europe needs international skilled people and we need opportunities. We need global exposure. That is why we are looking at going to Europe, and that is why Europe is doing all these benefits. At the same time, they wanted to give quality education. That's a fantastic thing we all need to understand. It's not that we are choosing an option because we wanted to make our budget very less. It's not like that. It's not an alternative option, I would say. It is the best option for you all. You all need to understand that first. All right. So this is the reason the government is funding the universities, because they need the skilled people to come inside their country. And many are also thinking like that. Another myth all the students are having is, even though we go study, but when it comes to job, the preference goes to the Europeans. It's not like they prefer Europeans. If they are going to prefer Europeans, why would they give all these scholarships, all these benefits, and make you learn everything, make you, utilize their resources and train you during your studies, and by the time you are ready to, contribute to the industry, if they are going to send you back, they are only losing. We need to understand all these things. Many students come and ask me, I'm following a YouTuber where he says that he went to Europe, he paid so much fees, but during the job interviews he could not make it, and he's come back and he sits and makes video. Please don't follow all these wrong examples. There are thousands of students who have gone there, utilized all these opportunities, and they have done really very well. That is what I wanted to tell you all today. Students are, blindly following all these YouTubers. They are making all those videos for the sake of views, and they are earning at your cost. Please understand. Try to learn what is happening around. Try to interact with students who are already there. That is the reason we have put hundreds of interviews in our YouTube channel for students' benefit. You all need to understand that. Don't have that fear or notion. And on top of it, already there are a lot of people sitting and confusing the students and parents. I am aware of that very well. At the other side, the agents and consultants in the market are also pulling the students to their sites, giving a lot of freebies. I don't understand why they have to give freebies, free laptop, free this, free that. Why should we go for all these things? Why should you be convinced with all these products just because you wanted to go, you have to go to a country? Okay, so you need to be very watchful, and you need to do a lot of research, my dear students and parents who are watching this video. You have to do a lot of research, understand what is happening in Europe, understand how this is all possible. First, you need to understand all these things. Then you will automatically know that you are choosing the best option. All right. So this is the reason why Europe is keeping the tuition fees very low, because the moral is they don't treat education as business. That is why they are not charging a big bomb like other countries. Okay. So this is like the next slide, what I wanted to show you all. No tuition fees or low tuition fees. What does it really mean? Because when we say this, many students are coming and asking us like, is everything free? How can everything be free? No tuition fees means either there is no tuition fees, or the student is paying either a small portion as a semester fee or registration fee. Sometimes Germany provides this no tuition fees policy, where the students are asked to pay 100 to 300 euros as a semester contribution. Okay, and living expenses are also very, very less. When you compare to the other countries, the living expenses are very, very less. And even if the other countries in the Schengen charges tuition fees, not all the universities in the Schengen countries are giving no tuition fees. First, you all need to understand that few countries are giving completely no tuition fees, but other country public universities are charging very, very less fees. Even it is very less when compared to what you're paying in your private institutions in our country. Now, what is the benefit of this? The students don't need to take a huge education loan. That is the best thing I would say, because parents are already, spend so much of money for your undergraduation, for your schooling. Everything is money. The education is the biggest, best business in our country, right? You all know already how much fees you are paying, what is the transportation fee you are paying, everything. So the parents are left with no option than going for education loan. So what we say here is, even if you're going for education loan, we are not telling you should not go to education loan. Definitely you can utilize that option, but don't take huge education loan, because you are shouldering the repaying responsibility. And many students who are going to US or Canada or Australia, they are forced to do part-time jobs because they need to cover the at least a little bit of expenses. Okay, when you're going to split your time between part-time jobs and your studies, where is the time? You're totally stressed, right? Because you have to cover the part-time jobs hours, and then you have to cover your studies, because there the studies in Europe, the studies is based on the credit system. Their credit system does not make you chase the marks like how we are doing it here in India. All right, their credit system, the hours, they don't their credit system is not based on the marks, the exams and marks. It's based on the hours. So what hours, what activities you do. So if at all you have to get one credit, you need to complete 25 hours of activities. That's a fantastic arrangement they have. Their education system is like that. So how the student learns? He learns everything practically. 80% practical and only 15 to 20% theory. Here it's the reverse. Here we have 80% theory and only 15 to 20% practicals. And concept learning is not focused in our education, but there it's completely practical way of learning. The student gets to spend the time in the industries. They are made to do a lot of research, prepare assignments, projects. So all these things helps the students to develop their skills, critical thinking, analytical thinking. All these things have to be improved if the student has to come to the job. That is what this curriculum, the European education system, is making you do all these things so that you learn everything practically. For this, you are spending such a very less cost. So coming back to the point, parents don't need to take huge education loan. That's the first benefit students are getting, because less financial pressure during studies. And as I already said, much lower than the private universities we are paying. Okay. And also I keep getting these questions. Will the degree what I'm getting in Europe at this low cost or no cost be accepted when I come back to our country, or when I go to other country? Will this degree be accepted? Will this be equal? Okay, the degrees you're getting from Europe is definitely accepted worldwide. You can get this degree, work for some time, and then you can go to any other country you are looking at. And one more thing is, the Schengen countries, you have an opportunity to travel to 29 countries, because one visa is going to take you to 29 countries. Not only that, not only the travel possibilities, you also get an access of job market of all the 29 countries. Isn't that great? Yes, a student goes to one country primarily, then he gets he gets the opportunity to travel to other countries while he is studying through exchange programs. And the post-study time, during that time, the student can apply to jobs in any of the 29 countries. So this is also a big advantage when you compare this with the other countries like Ireland or UK or USA, Canada. The students are getting the respective country's visa. So he or she will not be able to try to apply job or get job even in the neighboring countries. But here in Schengen countries, 29 countries has a common visa. So the student holds the visa for all the 29 countries, and he or she can be able to apply to jobs in any country where they are planning to settle down. So this is one of the important thing, and the degrees are definitely recognized. And to get this globally accepted degree, you're paying very small fees. Okay, so and ranking wise, all the engineering degrees has URACE label, and the business degrees has triple accredited degrees only. They are giving from all the B schools. So the quality is best assured you can get. And what are the students benefit here? So this degree, with this degree you can apply for jobs anywhere. Okay, and they don't compromise on quality, as I told you already. Okay, so strong practical and research focus. How the education system, how different is that from India, or how will I be able to cope up with this education system? This is again the same question I keep getting from many students. Ma'am, I studied like this, I didn't focus much on my academics, and will I be able to, I have very less marks, or I have got arrears, I cleared my arrears, will I be able to go to Europe? These are the common questions I keep getting from students, and definitely it is possible. Okay, and you are learning everything practically. The courses are designed in such a way, the syllabus is highly updated, and they keep updating the syllabus once in every 6 months. That is also another advantage the students gets, because whatever is required in the industry is incorporated in the syllabus. That is really great, right? And also the professors who are going to handle the classes are highly qualified, and they have huge experience in the respective domain where they are handling the classes. So they get the opportunity, the students get the opportunity to work with those professors. I strongly recommend the students to go and do student jobs under those professors, so they really help them to go forward in the research. So that is also very important. And the European universities are having lot of funds allocated for research. When it comes to research, they have a high priority. The PhDs are fully funded, and they pay a stipend like a salary. It's like working. So that's another advantage if any of you all planning to go do research. And hands-on experience, the internships helps the students to learn what is the real time, they get the real time experience, and this helps them to get their first job also. The internships are compulsory. It is incorporated. Say for example, if a master has a 2-year master, the last semester the student gets to do the internships, and this internships helps them to land in their first job. And they get lot of projects and fantastic curriculum they have. That is what I keep admiring about the European education. All right, and the lab facilities are really very good. High-end lab facilities, and students get to utilize all those facilities, the labs, the facilities, all these things are very excellent there. And by studying like this, the students are job ready. This is also another thing I wanted to emphasize here. So it is not that because you don't want to spend, or because your budget is not very high, you are definitely not looking, going for a alternative option. This is definitely the best option. This is definitely the best thing you are doing to yourself and improving your career. All right. And if you have any questions, you can, post your questions to the number which is displayed there in the screen. So I'll be able to get the questions, and then I will be answering all your questions. Okay. So I guess I started getting some questions. Okay. I think so many students are waiting to ask the questions. So let me see. Okay. So I guess I started getting. The first question is, which European countries are best for low or affordable tuition fees for my profile? I don't know. The student didn't tell the profile. Okay. Which European countries? See, it's not like which country is best. Okay. For affordable or low, if your profile is very strong, we definitely can apply for Germany Public University. Okay, German Public University, because the German Public University, they don't charge any fees for technical programs. There is no fees except very small semester contribution. For example, 200 euros per semester or 300 euros, maximum 500 euros up to, that is very, very rare. But you are spending very less to study in a public university. This is really great. Okay, you have to only take care of the living expenses, and whichever country you are going, you have to go to the number 1 and number 2 universities in that particular country, and all the countries are very good. If you're looking for affordable options, definitely Germany is really good. Then Slovakia has like Germany, there is an university, there is no tuition fees for mechanical students, automobile students, electrical engineering, civil, all these domain students. Please approach us. September 2026, they need lot of international skilled people. And why these university like Germany, I would say, this is in Slovakia. This university has waived off the tuition fees for the students because they are partnered with Kia Motors, and they need engineers passing out from this university. So don't miss this opportunity. Many students does not know this. Okay, please, the applications are open for the universities, and you have to finish the documentation by, I would say, Jan end or February. So please approach us. You can call the same number and book an appointment, which is displayed in the screen, 988-445-7722. You can call or WhatsApp and book an appointment. We provide free counseling and free profile evaluation. We have an excellent team, as I already told you. We will sit with you and we will shortlist the programs, and we will guide you through the documentations, the application process and the visa documentation. Everything we will take care. All right. Okay. The next question today I have is, ABLE. What are the minimum eligibility criteria? Academics, IELTS, GAP. Hi, ABLE. The minimum eligibility criteria differs for each country. For example, there are certain public universities in Hungary, Slovakia, Lithuania, Czech Republic, Sweden. They even accept students with 60% or 6 CGPA and above. So the requirement with CGPA differs for each country and each university. Italian university expects you to have a CGPA of 7 above. Many universities take students from 8 above. And so we have options because we are sending to so many countries. It's not like we are dealing with only one country, right? So we have definitely different options. The students with 6 and above can go to the fantastic public university, spend less and learn more. Okay. And with respect to IELTS also, it's the same. Many universities does not ask for IELTS, but universities in Finland, Netherlands, Belgium, Germany, all these universities ask definitely for IELTS. IELTS is definitely mandatory for these universities. Okay, again, I would say we have options with IELTS, without IELTS also. And GAP, I guess this student ABLE is talking about the academics gap, between undergraduation and his masters. Any gap duration between 1 year to 2 to 3 years is fine, absolutely fine, provided you have the proper documents, like you should have a work experience letter, everything. Then to justify your gap, then it's absolutely not a problem. But as a policy, we don't process students for masters who is above 25. I mean, 25 is okay. 26 and 27 above, we don't process for masters. And for bachelors, same way, we don't process students above 20 years. That's a policy we are strictly following. University does not have any problem, but visa success ratio, and we have been, keeping the visa success ratio of almost 99.9% till date. So that is why we have this policy. Okay, all right. Okay, now Daniel, I think there is hi Daniel, which European countries are best for low or affordable? I think this is almost like a same question. To my profile, I have completed my BE Mechanical last year, passed out. Yes, Daniel, BE Mechanical, you have excellent options. As I told you, mechanical students can study without tuition fees, not only in Germany, also in Slovakia. There is a university which is giving absolutely no tuition fees for 2 years, and also Austria, they are charging very, very less fees. 1,500 euros. Definitely you cannot get your degree in our country with such low tuition fees. So excellent options are there, and if your profile is very good, there are options, there are possibilities, like you would get scholarships also. So don't wait, you are already passed out, you would be having all your documents. Approach us immediately, because applications are already open, and we can guide you and we can suggest options based on your requirements also. All right. I hope this answers your question, Daniel. Okay, Shekhar. Hi, Shekhar. Do I need to learn the local language, or English is enough? Shekhar, don't worry, you can study in English, because all the programs in Europe, we are sending to only English taught programs. So there is no need to learn any native language, absolutely not required for admission purpose. And you can even survive with English there. Many students go without any native language, and after going there, slowly they learn the language. Okay, so it is natural, right? That's a human tendency to learn wherever you are in the place you're living there for 2 years. Slowly you learn everything, right? So like that you can learn. It's not a big thing. Don't worry about language. Many students are still hesitating, having this fear, oh, if I go to Europe, I cannot survive because I don't know the language. It's not like that. Please approach us. Talk to us. That is why we are here. Talk to us. We will show, we have excellent data to prove that language is not mandatory. All right. Please utilize our services. Okay. So here, the next question is from Elvin. Hi, Elvin. What is the visa success rate of these countries? Elvin, visa success is really good. I would say really, really good. There is no visa refusals just for the namesake, like how the other countries. See, basically, how the visa success happens for each country is, if the country has decided to reduce the number of students coming inside the country, then they will give all possible reasons to refuse your visas. As far as Europe is concerned, there is no hassle with visa success rate, provided you have all the application, all the documents, required documents by the embassies of the respective country, all well set, well prepared, then you're good to go. Not to worry. That is where we are, coming into the picture, because we have been sending students, like thousands and thousands of students, to these countries already for, as I told you, 10 to 15 years. We have an excellent data, and we know what are the updates. So we will be guiding you to do the visa. So we take care of the visa process also, and we see to that the documents are perfect. Okay, so that is the reason we spend so much time with each and every student to understand the visa document requirements if the student is applying for any country, and that is how we guide the students. All right. So don't worry, Elvin, sorry. Okay, Jason. The next question is from Jason. Hi, Jason. How long does the application and visa process take? Jason, the application process, I would say, see, the application window is something when the application opens and the deadlines. See, for each country, because we have numerous countries, say for example 29 countries, and if you say like the top 3 to 5 universities in each country is only we process. because of the quality and the visa success rate. You would keep, okay, public universities. So each university has a different deadline. Some countries like Sweden, Finland has their deadline by January 15th, 2026. The application gets closed for September 2026 intake. Can you believe it? They opened the application the previous year. For the countries like Sweden, Finland, the applications are already open in October 2025 and the deadlines are January 15th. Even if you come on January 16th and if you ask us, I want to go to Sweden or Finland, it's not possible. You have to wait for another 1 year to go there. Okay, because it's all single intake. Many countries has only single intake. Many people think, many students and parents are thinking that all the programs will be available for summer intake. Summer intake is usually a small intake, okay? Only Germany and few other universities in different countries are only open for summer. So winter is the biggest intake. All the universities opens in winter and the application deadlines for many countries are coming up in Jan month, and some of the universities like Belgium, Denmark, France Public University, the deadlines are February 1st week, February 2nd week, and some countries has deadlines in the month of March. So the deadlines keeps varying, okay? So that is the reason you have to approach us. If the students are already studying, we tell them to approach us once they complete the 6th semester. The starting of 7th semester, they can reach us and we can guide you how to go ahead step by step without any last minute tension. All right, I think that answers your question, Jason. Then the next question is from Joseph. Can students work part-time to support living expenses? Part-time jobs, yes, of course, it's legally possible like any other country. European countries also allow the student visa holders to do part-time job, 15 to 20 hours. Some countries even have increased more duration per week. And during your summer, you can even work for 40 hours per week. But, here is a but. From Europe Study Center, we strongly advise students to focus on your education first, because that is the reason you went all the way there, right? Spending so much, taking so much effort, doing lot of hassles. You went there to study. So please follow that. And during your leisure, you can definitely do part-time, but studies is the first priority, because if you miss out, studying, then it is really very difficult. All right. Okay, let me just go back. Let me wait for more questions. Okay, so coming back to our presentation, strong practical and research focus, that's what I was telling you. And the next would be, okay, affordable living compared to other destinations. Yes, they provide lot of subsidy, charges to students in the way of, housing, subsidized housing, rent. Then they get lot of discounts and transport coupons. They give for the students. They can use the transport coupons or passes. So it works out to be very, very less. And the housing also, many countries, many universities has accommodations, and even the private even the government run accommodations, they collect very, very less rent, and they get the meal cards. All these helps the students spend very less. So the living expenses become very, very less. In countries like France, even there is something called CAF, where the students' living expenses either partially is taken care by the government. You need to know to do all these things smartly. That is very, very important. Okay. So the monthly, here there is no hidden cost. That is very important, because the monthly expenses are very predictable, because the university gives a proper tuition fees and the living expenses approximately. So it is manageable definitely. So you can do the budgeting easily. All right. Okay. Now, many of you all want to know about the post-study work and the career opportunities. Yes, European universities, European countries give stay-back options. Some of the countries gives 2 years, some of the countries gives 3 years, and most of the countries, say for example, Germany gives 1.5 year of post-study time. That is post-study work visa. You call it as PSW. They say that. So Germany gives 1.5 years, and Finland, France, and many other countries gives 2 years. Denmark gives 3 years, and most of the other country gives 1 year. So post study time is definitely there, and they allow you to work there. So the strong industries here is engineering, IT, business, healthcare, research sectors. All have good opportunities. Career opportunities, as I told you already, manpower shortage is there in all the industries, and if you see, all the industries have originated from Europe. Just a while ago I spoke about that. So huge manpower shortage. Germany, if you just go and browse and see, German ambassador himself has given a video, has spoken in a video stating that we are welcoming Indian students. What are you waiting for? France is also ready to welcome. Likewise, other countries also are looking forward to welcoming international students. Okay, and as I told you, because of the Schengen visa, you get easy access to the job market. European Union job market is also possible. So international career and exposure is what you are getting. Okay, return on investment is high when compared to other countries. This is the very important thing I would say. I think I am started getting questions again. So let me read out the next question here. Okay, Elizabeth. Okay, hi Elizabeth. What is the success rate of students completing the course? What do you mean success rate? All the students completes the course. That is definitely there. I guess you are asking how the students are getting the degree, something like that. Yes, the students are successful. If you really focus yourself and you work hard, definitely you are getting the success rate. I think Elizabeth wants to know what is the success rate of students getting a job, something like that. Are you asking, Elizabeth? Can you be more clear, please? And one more question I'm getting. What is the total cost including tuition, living, visa, and insurance? Okay, so this student wants to know the entire package. The tuition fees, as I told you, Germany and other countries are giving no tuition fees, and living expenses are also very, very affordable. So visa rate is like very less depending upon the country. It is like 10 to 15,000. Certain countries are charging visa fees, and some of the countries 30-35,000. So when you visit our office, we give everything exactly the split up cost transparently for each and every country. So that will help you to understand the budget. All right. Okay. Okay, let's go back to our PPT. Yes. Okay, so this is what this is the Schengen advantage I told you. One visa, you can travel to 29 countries. There is no border control, and you can travel to 29 countries and access the job market. I told you this. So this is the Schengen map. The blue and the green are the Schengen countries. You are traveling with one visa. All right. So, and as I told you, transparent fee structure. The public universities give a clear list of tuition fees, semester fees, everything upfront. No hidden charges. Okay, so that you can plan well advance beforehand, so that there is no financial surprises or shocks. All right. Okay. So that's what I wanted to tell you all. Europe does not sell education, it supports education. Okay, so you all need to understand why they are giving this tuition fees, no tuition fees or less tuition fees. This is how they are giving. So you have to plan wisely and then make use of it, and all the very best for your super career. All right. Okay. So you can, if you want to, I think I've almost completed. No more questions, I think. If anybody wants to ask any questions, please quickly send it to this number which is displayed. You can also use the same number and book an appointment and visit us. We would be really happy to have you in our office for the counseling session one-on-one. All right. Thank you so much for attending this live. Take care. Bye bye. Till I see you all in the next live. Bye bye.